Thank you so much. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Maia Siu, as Supra has just introduced me, and I'm a Senior Manager of Enterprise Risk Management at Salesforce. I'm here today to speak to you about my company, as well as the way we manage risk. The individuals leading this movement are Trailblazers. Trailblazers are individuals who drive innovation, solve problems, transform their companies, and grow their careers. The world around us is changing, and we are in the middle of the fourth industrial revolution, which is creating new opportunities to understand and connect. But before I begin, just a quick note. If you are a current or a potential customer of Salesforce, you should base all of your purchasing decisions on products and services that are currently available. During this presentation, I will speak a little bit about Salesforce, our products, our values, and how we do things. Salesforce is a publicly traded company, and customers should make buying decisions based on products that are commercially available. So now let's get rolling on what we're going to hear today. First, I'm going to start off with my journey to Salesforce and make an introduction of who I am. We'll then move on to what is Salesforce. Many of you may have heard of it and wanted to provide you a brief summary of what it is we do, what makes us a little different, and how we manage risk. We'll speak about ERM at Salesforce and talk about how our ERM team does it together with our full Ohana. So before joining the Salesforce Ohana, as Supra mentioned, I worked at Paul Hastings, which is an international law firm where I worked in the employment department. There, I helped many Fortune 500 companies with their employment-related activities and operations, including wage and hour, employee handbooks and policies, as well as compliance needs. I was fortunate enough to go to one of my clients after that and work at 24-Hour Fitness at their corporate headquarters. And 24-Hour Fitness, for those of you who are not familiar, is the world's largest privately owned and operated fitness chain. After working more than a decade in employment law, I got to feel and have an understanding of what really drives business. So that led me to Salesforce, which is a cloud computing company that is the world's #1 CRM platform, which is customer relation management. I came to help build the HR compliance function, and a few months after that, I moved on to ERM, or Enterprise Risk Management. Outside of that, I am very passionate and a proud Global President of Asia Pac Force, which is Salesforce's employee resource group for those of Asian heritage and their allies. You'll hear a lot more about Salesforce and their various values, including equality and diversity. I also love to volunteer in my community as well as at my children's school, and I'm very fortunate that Salesforce also allows me the opportunity to do that. Unfortunately, I'm unable to host a general Q&A session, but I'm happy to meet with you one-on-one after this session, or you can please send me an email. So before jumping into the presentation, I wanted to thank MetricStream. Thank you so much for inviting me. And the audience, thank you so much for coming to this presentation today. At Salesforce, we have this concept in a culture of Ohana. Ohana means family, and you are all a part of it. This includes customers, community partners, employees, and many, many more. Salesforce owes all of their success to all of you. And really, the Ohana is a true hero in the story, not Salesforce. So let's learn a little bit more about Salesforce. Over the last 300 years, our world has seen incredible innovation and unprecedented technological change. Today, we're entering the fourth industrial revolution, where artificial intelligence, robotics, and the Internet of Things are transforming customer experiences. AI is making devices and apps smarter. The lines between physical and digital worlds are now blurring. We are seeing incredible new products and services. There are connected motorcycles, connected refrigerators, connected thermostats, even connected doorbells. You can see this in our everyday lives. It was unfathomable a decade or more ago to think that you can speak to a device and do your shopping via voice command to Amazon's Alexa. We now have autonomous cars. We have smart devices that are always connected and keep you always on. So these next generation technologies are connecting our customers to a whole new way. And in turn, our customer expectations are changing. So, people are more connected more than ever. And behind every single device is a customer. And in this fourth industrial revolution, every customer is connected. There are fitness monitors, Fitbit, Garmin, Apple Watches that track your every single move. Many of you also have one of these. This digital personal assistant keeps you and others connected and informed 24/7. And all of these customers and people behind these devices, they expect businesses to be just as smart, always on and connected as they are. But for businesses, meeting these customer expectations is a lot easier said than done. So this brings us to a divide. This divide is the customer crisis. Businesses are not connected to their customers, and many businesses lack the capabilities to deliver personalized, connected experiences that their customers want. And this is what we call the customer crisis. Businesses that aren't connected to their customers are losing out to competitors who are. So this becomes a question for every business. How will you adapt? How will you innovate? How will you harness the innovation of the fourth industrial revolution? Salesforce's answer? Trailblazers. Trailblazers drive innovation. They disrupt industries, and they shape the world around us. Whether it's delivering awesome user experiences, accelerating productivity, improving business acumen, Trailblazers propel the future of technology. Their inspirational force is the key to delivering customer success. And here at Salesforce, we've been focused on delivering customer success from day one. Salesforce has been empowering their Trailblazers to drive customer success since 1999. And our company has committed to a core set of values to help Trailblazers and all of our Ohana deliver success to the broader community. So we were built on 4 core values: trust, growth, innovation, and equality. When it comes to trust, nothing is more important than the open, transparent relationship that we have built with our customers, partners, and Ohana. We deliver the most trusted infrastructure for security, reliability, and performance in the industry. Second, customer success. This is based on mutual success. We help our customers grow, which is how we deliver customer success. Innovation. We deliver 3 innovative releases per year, and by having the latest technology, our customers are able to innovate and build. And fourth, equality. Equality is a core tenet of how we run our business, and we believe that equality and diversity make us a better company. These values are the foundation of Salesforce, and they've inspired us to improve the world around us. I'm often asked about equality because it's not a traditional value for most companies. Equality and diversity make us a stronger company and community. We believe that business is the greatest platform for change and are working towards a more equal world. We are committed to equal education. Salesforce believes that every single child deserves a world-class education. We've supported K-12 education with almost $35 million, and we've pledged $50 million more. Gender equality, equal pay for equal work. We've adjusted salaries by a total of $6 million to improve this. LGBTQ equality. We oppose all discriminatory legislation. Equality should be the same for every human being. Diversity. We're committed to creating a diverse workplace that reflects the communities we serve and an inclusive culture that everyone feels seen, heard, and valued. And last, the environment. We aim to protect the planet for future generations, and we deliver all of our customers a carbon-neutral cloud. We put all of this into action with our OneOne model. With our OneOne model, we give back to the communities where we work and live. We give 1% of our time, 1% of our product, and 1% of our equity back into the community. Since 1999, Salesforce has given over 3 million hours of community service, 220 million in grants, and over 36,000 nonprofits and education organizations use our products. We've inspired over 4,000 other companies to also pledge 1% and join us on this journey. As an employee of Salesforce, it is incredible to have an employer that supports my own philanthropic efforts in giving to local communities. But the business of business is to improve the state of the world. And we found by doing good, we're also able to do well. Our core values, OneOne Model, and our customer success have led us to where we are today. We have built this incredible journey with our customers in Ohana. Our success is a reflection of our customers' success. Customers do not just buy Salesforce, they buy the Salesforce Ohana. They can take our tool and make amazing things happen every day, and we are thrilled with the success that we've achieved together with everybody. But what we are most proud of is how customers are innovating. They're disrupting markets, transforming industries, developing new business models, and so much more. So our customer success platform is the #1 B2B and B2C platform. These amazing applications from marketing, commerce, service, community, sales, collaboration, and industries, they are all built on the Salesforce platform. You can create smarter, more personalized experience with our 7 differentiators, such as Trailhead, Einstein, Lightning, IoT, Heroku, Analytics, and the App Exchange. For example, Trailhead, which I'll speak a little bit more in our presentation as how ERM is utilizing. Trailhead is our gamified online learning platform. Trailhead makes it possible for anybody to learn the skills needed to excel in the 4th Industrial Revolution, earn skill-based credentials, and connect with fellow Trailblazers. Oh, and it's free, and it's made available to anybody. You can log in now and take a look at this new and fun way to learn. We also have Salesforce Einstein, which is artificial intelligence for CRM. Einstein makes the customer success platform, all of it, smarter. Businesses can predict their customers' behaviors, and in turn, their customers get the highly personalized, intelligent experience they expect. And the Salesforce platform, it brings together all the tools and services that have made us the world's #1 platform as a service. Customers can customize and extend their CRM with any code, low code, or no code tools that empower every Trailblazer to build. We can create AI personalized apps that can keep your customers and employees engaged. Add in layers of security and compliance controls tailored to your industry or customers' demands. So with the Salesforce platform, businesses focus on doing what they do best. They connect with their customers and communities rather than managing complex hardware and software infrastructure. But the most important part is not the technology that we offer, it's the people, the Trailblazers. The customer success platform empowers Trailblazers to drive success in the 4th Industrial Revolution, providing a single view of the customer. So from financial services to manufacturing, healthcare, retail, and beyond, we partner with our customers to transform their business and their industries. This year alone, 1.9 trillion transactions will take place on Salesforce. We power B2C at scale with over 1.5 billion emails sent, and B2B at scale with over 8 million cases logged. And that's just in one day. So all these transactions at scale have created an incredible impact. Our solutions and our platform transform businesses, and they transform people's daily lives. The global impact of Salesforce is much bigger than our technology. With our partners and customers, we are creating millions of jobs around the world. This effect is what the IDC has called the Salesforce Economy. By 2022, this ecosystem of customers, partners, and Trailblazers will create 3.3 million jobs, 859 billion in GDP impact, and deliver more than 1 billion in social impact. And all of it is built on the customer success platform. So now that you know about Salesforce, you hear that it's one of the world's most innovative companies, both in the way they think and the way that they operate. And some people may say that innovators are risk takers. And as risk takers, how that risk is dealt can mean the difference between success and perhaps the next headline news. And as you can probably imagine, running any business introduces countless opportunities for risk. So now that you are familiar with Salesforce, let's move on to what we wanted to discuss here today, ERM. Every company, no matter its size, exists for a purpose and is trying to accomplish something. And along that journey, every company is faced with risks that could affect how they achieve their objectives. ERM is about making optimal decisions regarding risk to help us be more successful in achieving our objectives. So what is a risk exactly? A risk is an event that could keep us or may impact the business in achieving their goals and objectives. For example, Salesforce is headquartered in San Francisco, which is also, as you know, earthquake territory. If a large earthquake were to happen in San Francisco, that could impact our HQ operations, and then that would also impact our ability to continue to provide services to our customers or jeopardize the safety of our employees. Given that customer success and employee safety are an integral part of our company's strategy and goals, such an event could pose a significant risk for us. But isn't risk bad? Well, some may think that, but not necessarily. Contrary to popular belief, taking a risk doesn't always have a negative outcome. Risks aren't always bad, and they don't always need to be avoided. In fact, taking a calculated risk and leveraging risk opportunities is exactly how my company continues to grow and innovate. In 1999, 4 individuals came together at a small apartment in San Francisco's Telegraph Hill. Their goal was to create a new business software which was easy to use and delivered through a model called software as a service. Now let's think back. What was their goal? To create new business software that was easy to use and delivered through a new model. Did they take a risk? They sure did. And being the first to explore a new business model requires navigating through so many uncertainties or risks. But if our founders did not seize the opportunity and become pioneers in the cloud computing industry, Salesforce may not be the company it is today. That's a huge risk that they took, and it allowed us to become successful. But why do we have to manage risks? Well, imagine this. You are driving your new car on a long, straight road. No one is in sight. It's the perfect time to really test out what you can do. What happens next? Well, it's a risk, but you step on that gas and you go for it and you drive faster. But did you ever stop to think, what happens next? Is it because you have confidence in your brakes that allows you the freedom to go faster? Think about this from a different perspective. Why do cars have brakes? I mean, after all, when you get in a car, it's stopped. So you don't really need brakes to stop it because it's already not moving. But instead, it seems that the real purpose of brakes is to allow the driver to go fast. After all, would you get in a car and drive if you knew it didn't have brakes? So managing risk serves a similar process. The ultimate objective of risk management is not about avoiding risk, but it's about the ability to take a reasonable risk. Risk management is not about complete risk avoidance. Rather, it's about ensuring a company takes reasonable risk along its chosen strategic path, monitors the journey for unexpected dangers, and provides that timely steps are taken to minimize losses and make quick adjustments to keep pace with the competition. But why ERM? Think of ERM as your whole body, where a small issue in one part of your body could be affecting another part of your body. It's the responsibility of ERM to ensure your overall health. Effective risk management can encourage a company to make informed decisions and take on calculated risks. And doing it together can take it to new heights. So how do we do it at Salesforce to stay on top of our risks? It's a big job, but we've developed a program to help assess risks and opportunities within Salesforce. This involves creating risk management scope, flows through the risk identification, risk analysis and evaluation, risk treatment, communication, and reporting of risks, finally with risk monitoring and reviewing processes. Don't worry if that sounds all overwhelming, because we'll dive into these a little bit more. So moving to the champion. It is these 5 components that make up the ERM at Salesforce to help us ensure the overall health of the company. So we'll dig further into each one. So in the past year, we've laid the groundwork for ERM. We rely on risk liaison groups, who we've dubbed risk rangers. These are individuals or teams across the enterprise who are responsible for maintaining, updating, and implementing compliance and risk management programs. While the risk liaisons are in different stages of maturity, we've also laid out a foundation to provide guidance and alignment. Our shared system lays out our methodology, our risk hierarchy, and our scale to rate risks. By having a common language and similar approach to how we rate risk as a team, our value and impact are that much more stronger. So that brings me to our assessment phase. But before jumping into an assessment, we first need to scope against our goals. Getting everybody in an organization in sync is not easy. Whether you are a small company or a global one, it's a challenge to get everybody moving in the right direction. Now imagine you are on a boat with a team of individuals. Someone yells, "Go!" And you find that each of you are furiously rowing at different speeds and unfortunately different directions. Given my company's breakneck speed of growth, the most important things are constant communication and complete alignment. We've been able to achieve both using a management process developed many years ago. At Salesforce, we have a strategic goal-setting process. Our goal-setting process is easy to digest, understand, and implement. And best of all, every employee in the company has one, making it easy for everyone to know how they contribute to the company's success. Every employee has their own goals and they publish it, but it all cascades from the top, from the highest levels. With every decision you have to fulfill your goal, you need to determine what is the best way to achieve it. There are pros and cons, with some even having downstream effects. But thinking through the possible scenarios and making educated decisions on how to proceed is key. To help us maintain our incredible workplace, we want to stay ahead of the game, and we want to take calculated risks. To help us maintain our incredible workplace, we can together develop and sustain a world-class risk management program that is future-looking, tightly aligned with business activities, and is the enabler to the achievement of Salesforce's strategic objectives. In other words, we all, as a company, should be aware what are the risks that could interfere with the company's larger strategic objectives to help us be a better company. So now that we've established that we are all aiming towards the aligned goal, we need to evaluate the risks along the way. Our scoping process defines the parameters that Salesforce and the risk owners have to consider when managing risk. While scoping may vary from business group to business function, we are all built on the same foundation to ensure we align. And at the enterprise level, our enterprise risk management team scopes the risk and are ultimately in place to ensure that everything we do around risk management aligns with our company goals, our long-range plan, as well as layering on other factors such as our 10K, emerging risks, benchmarking, and others. We also have a survey that was launched early this year. This will obtain a pulse of our global risk on an enterprise level. We've asked for ratings and comments from the audience of people we surveyed. And our audience was targeted. We sent them to employees who were senior enough to understand how their function ties to the company objectives, as well as close enough to the ground to understand what are the issues and nuances that are happening. The survey asked for ratings as well as allowed for comments. It is these results that will help drive prioritization on which risk we'll assess for a deeper dive for the year. And lastly, to assess risk, we also conduct focus groups. We do this on a rotational basis with our very high and high risks, but we'll speak a little bit more about that in our next section, which is the glue. So let's talk more about these focus groups. These are cross-functional meetings that bring together leaders across the business to discuss a specific risk topic. During these meetings, collectively, we all agree, after sitting around the table, we agree on the risk statement as well as the rating. We also then follow up with data points to support the rating and the mitigation plan status. In addition, we have a team or a network of risk rangers that we tap into. Collaboration is key. Rangers may be spotting their own risk within their business groups, or even doing their own assessments at a program or process level. We are all transparent, and we make sure to share that information between ERM and those risk rangers. We have monthly info-sharing meetings with all of the risk liaisons through the company, where we speak about emerging risks. What is our appetite? What are the happenings and occurrences in a specific function? Aside from our regular meetings, we also have regular one-on-ones and other online resources to ensure that we connect. And of course, we also partner with leaders to keep them informed. We have a risk committee that is made up of leaders across the business. This provides a cross-functional perspective into those who are making those strategic decisions on behalf of the company. To ensure we are managing risks every step of the way in achieving our overall goals, we take a multiple lines of defense approach. Some people may think that sounds like a sports strategy, but I know in a room full of all of you, we are all very familiar with it. So this similar concept also applies to risk management. We have employees addressing various risks every day as they carry their day-to-day responsibilities. Having management review and approve for certain decisions provides an additional layer of defense. We also have our risk rangers, such as compliance and risk professionals who oversee the maturity of the business processes as another layer of defense. And lastly, our internal audit and our board of directors serve as a final layer by taking an independent look of how well Salesforce is managing risks at the company. So similar to sports, having multiple lines strengthens our defense capabilities and creates more offensive opportunities. So let's move on to the reporter. So remember that pulse survey that I mentioned earlier. All of those results that we surveyed our employees, all of that will be shared with business leaders across the company using one of Salesforce tools, which is Einstein Analytics. We will also share that information with all of our risk rangers so that they have visibility within their own business groups. In addition, we also share the risk assessment results with our compliance and risk committee. We report to the board of directors and to senior leaders in management, as well as inform our stakeholders and risk rangers. But thinking through the possible scenarios and making educated decisions on how to proceed, that's key. To help us maintain our incredible workplace, we want to stay ahead of the game and take calculated risks. By providing visibility to risks, together, we develop and sustain a risk-managed program that is future-looking and is closely tied to our strategic objectives. In other words, our Ohana should be aware of what are the risks that could interfere with our strategic objectives to help us become a better company. Together, it is because of that we are smarter. So finally, let's talk about how ERM champions risks. While the program we've provided sets out a strong foundation, we still have more work to do today. Outside of our board, our management, our risk rangers, our risk committee, our stakeholders, etc., there's another group, and that group is the largest. That's all of our employees. Dealing with risks is a part of everyone's day-to-day job. And all of our employees at Salesforce are risk rangers. And it takes all of us playing our part to effectively manage the risks that we face. So how do we reach them? I mentioned that survey earlier, and that was directed to all of our senior directors and above. As you can imagine, at a large global company, that's quite a large population. We spoke about the survey in the assessor section, and a huge benefit of sending a survey to this broad audience is that it provided additional exposure for many who were not previously aware of ERM. We've since have received several meeting requests, emails, and chatter inquiries. We also have Trailhead, which is a new and fun way to learn. Trailhead is a gamified online learning program. Trailhead makes it possible for anyone to learn the skills needed to excel, earn skill-based credentials, and connect with fellow Trailblazers. ERM is in the process of developing and deploying a trail to educate all of our Ohana so that we can all be risk rangers together. We also have a chatter group, which is a social network that we use internally at Salesforce to connect with all of our employees. It is on Chatter that we post what are latest trends, some of our program information, as well as provide a place for all employees to ask questions. Concierge is also an online platform to provide our Ohana with the solutions to their problems. Just like Google, employees can search for their questions and select the relevant content. Or if they can't find it, they can also just log a ticket, which will be routed to the correct group to help. So if an employee has a question about enterprise risk management, or anything similar, just like a Google search, they can type in their question, and an article speaking about ERM will appear. And lastly, we have a dedicated ERM email, which is listed on Concierge and Chatter for any employee to ask us a question directly. So managing risk, it's everybody's job at Salesforce. We are all rangers, we are all trailblazers, and we are just starting our story. Our ERM journey is not complete. We continue to evolve and enhance our program, and we will continue to blaze the trail. Thank you again for attending this session today. Unfortunately, I cannot take any Q&A, but if you have any questions, please do feel free to speak to me at any time during the conference, or feel free to send me an email. Thank you.